A young couple at the end of their relationship discover a new mystical culty couple therapy method, where they learn how to attach themselves to one another. Literally. It takes the term Klingon to a whole new level. That will even make David Cronenberg wince. Embrace yourself for some soul bonding in Together. Hello there, you loose units, and welcome back to another episode of Spicy Boy Reviews. I'm, of course, your host, Andrew Iles. Yes, the new body horror Together, directed by Aussie filmmaker Michael Shanks, known for directing a few short films and some TV shows, and this being his feature film debut. We meet young couple Tim and Millie. Tim is a failing musician, and Millie has just been offered a real job in the country as a school teacher. Tim still has dreams of becoming a big rock star one day, while Millie is ready to embrace adulthood, move to the country with Tim, start her new job, and continue on in adult life by settling down. So Tim compromises and moves to the country with Millie. He still has one foot planted in the music world, however, spending his nights recording his solo EP at home and agreeing to play guitar for Millie's more successful brother in the city when he can. Of course, tensions run high between the two because Tim feels trapped by the expectations and responsibilities of this relationship. One day, Tim and Millie go on a hike in the woods on their property without using a map or knowing where they're going on this trail, which of course can only go well. And wouldn't you know it, it's not long before they get lost and fall into a cave underground. While trapped down in this cave underground, Tim and Millie discover a butthole water well that they drink from because these be some thirsty bitches. After some dark monologuing and a night in this wet underground cave, they escape the next morning with ease. It's funny how easily things can seem after a wet cave night's sleep. Slowly but surely though, things start to get weird, as Tim starts to suffer some severe anxiety separation attacks, but Millie's having none of it! Tim is giving her the absolute shits. However, on the other hand, she does appreciate Tim's need to be in and around her. Then, not long before Millie starts experiencing this all for herself. Then things literally go tits up, and this new age culty couple therapy experience starts getting hand out of melting hand, as their bodies are possessed and try and melt into one another, literally. Tim and Millie, of course, try some gruesome ways to stay separate. This film does a great job with pace, discovery, and intrigue. I was absolutely invested throughout and really eager to see where things went as the movie went on. It had a great balance of unsettling, gore, and comedy. Alison Brie and Dave Franco do a great job here, and they are a real-life married couple. And it's interesting seeing them play a couple who are obviously at the end of their relationship run, which at times is all too real. However, there are a few eerily convenient moments throughout, but these things needed to happen for the story to plot along. And there was enough intrigue and entertainment that I sort of chucked it on the back burner and didn't really worry about it too much. Doesn't undo the film by any stretch of the imagination, but just common horror movie trope stuff. Unfortunately for me though, there was a few very what we call pushy moments from Dave Franco with his performance, where there were scenes where he's really trying to get across that emotion in the moment, and sort of felt very pushy and not very organic. However, most people probably wouldn't notice these subtle things anyway. But speaking from an acting perspective and spending years and years training and dissecting the craft, you sort of pick up on it. And I'm also split, pardon the pun, of wanting to know more about this culty water well and its powers. Like, where did it come from and all this sort of stuff. However, in the same breath, I like leaving it a mystery as well. I find it absolutely fascinating and intriguing. Because as we all know, knowing too much of a backstory and over-explanation can really ruin a film. And there's some awesome icky body horror moments throughout. And also, there is a little twisty twist in the third act. Also, you're going to get the weirdest what the fuck sex scene you've ever seen on screen, which is actually darkly funny. I really enjoyed this film, not gonna lie. It's a good little body horror thriller. Yeah, good time. Worth a trip to the cinema, indeed. Anyway, guys, that's my cheeky little review of Together. Right down below if you've seen it. What are your thoughts on it? But more importantly, what is your favourite body horror film? And of course, if you made it this far into the episode, please give me a thumbs up because your love and support keeps me going, because I just love movies and I assume you do as well. And of course, don't forget to hit that subscribe icon because I give it an episode weekly. And I'll see you back here next week for the next review, but until then, stay spooky, kids.